Hi there and welcome to our second blog here at S107. So I'd like to talk to you about three things today. One is feedback on the first blog, the second is additional government holidays, and the third one is the theme of this video blog for this week. So if we start with the feedback came in about 3 or 4 different forms, and I'd like to thank people who popped in to see me, people who sent me an email, and also the people that I just saw in the car park. I would like to say a special thank you to a very dedicated group of ladies. I've managed to meet our parent ambassadors now on 2 occasions, and I have to say it's been wonderful meeting them, sensing their energy, their passion for the school. But most importantly, it gives me a great chance to listen to their feedback, to express ideas to them and see what they feel about them whilst I develop them and move them forward. So this group of people is very important to me, and I'd just like to say a real big thank you for taking the time to come in and help our school get better. The basic message was that you like video updates and that you like seeing a real face talking to you with a little bit more passion and a little bit more excitement, and you like seeing many different faces so you can pace it all together. So that's excellent. You also like the fact that you could listen to these or you could watch these in many different environments. So I think we're onto something here. I think we've got something that will really work. On the other side, there was some room for improvement. One of them is what I've started doing already, which is we should slow down. For those of us speaking in the native tongue, we tend to go very quick, particularly when we're on a video. We seem to get nervous and we rush. And what people have asked is that we just slow down a little bit so that it's much easier for people to understand what we're saying. At the same time, we've also been asked whether we could either add some subtitles or we could do a voiceover in the Thai language. And then that would help many members of our community also access this and be very respectful for the fact that we are communicating in Thai. So that's our aim. That's what we want to try and do. I'll try and slow down. Maybe I'm not so good at it yet, but that will be a task. We will add some subtitles or a voiceover, and we will carry on doing these video blogs. So thank you for your feedback on that. Hopefully we will get better, and hopefully this will keep meeting your needs. The next thing I'd like to talk to you about is the recently announced government holidays. And they are announced for the 19th and 20th of November and the 10th and 11th of December. Clearly, we fully respect the government's desire to have additional holidays, and that is something that we would like to appreciate. However, at the same time, our number of teaching days in the school year is limited to just 180. So we've taken the decision this time that we can't afford to lose any more teaching days. We can't reorganize those teaching days, and those teaching days are very important to us. So the school will remain open during those announced holidays. So our apologies if that causes some inconvenience with parents having the time off and your students wanting to be in school, but hopefully you'll understand our stance. Our stance is that our teaching days are so vital, so important. In the age of COVID, where we might have to go back online at some point in the future, we really do want to see our children in school as often as we can, and therefore we will not be taking these holidays on this occasion. So, the theme of this video blog, it's not just about listening to me, it's about introducing you to more people and our team. And today we want to start with an incredibly important aspect of our operation, and that's pastoral care.
สำหรับคำนี้นะครับเราอาจจะไม่มีคำแปลอย่างตรงไปตรงมาซะทีเดียวนะครับแต่ความหมายโดยรวมนั้นมันอาจจะหมายถึงการอภิบาลหรือดูแลคุณภาพชีวิตทั้งด้านร่างกายจิตใจรวมไปถึงด้านสังคมของเด็กนักเรียนในทุกๆพื้นที่ทุกๆเวลาตราบเท่าที่นักเรียนทุกคนยังอยู่ในรั้วโรงเรียนครับ
Pastoral care means how we look after and how we help and support our students. I believe that pastoral care is our #1 objective in a school, even ahead of educating our children. We must be the best at looking after and supporting our children, and now the rest of the team are going to introduce themselves, why pastoral care is important and what their role is. Hope you enjoy, and as ever, if you have any feedback, please feel free, pop in, call us or drop us an email, aharrison@standrews-schools.com. Thank you for listening, thank you for watching, we look forward to speaking again soon.
Hello, I'm Miss Kate and I am Pastoral Care Lead for Early Years in Key Stage 1. My main role is making sure that all of our youngest children feel safe and happy at school. And this can take on many forms, including helping families and children deal with separation anxiety when they first start nursery, up to managing the transition from early years into primary and helping children and families feel happy emotionally and socially. In my role as pastoral care lead for early years in Key Stage 1, I liaise with teachers, children and families to make sure that their personal, social and emotional well-being is looked after. And if you would like to find out any more, or you would like to come talk to me anytime about your child in nursery, kindergarten, reception year 1 or year 2, please feel free to come talk to me anytime.
My role in Key Stage 2 is to support the children in taking ownership of their learning. Throughout Key Stage 2, we encourage them to become independent thinkers and start to manage themselves and their emotions. We teach them to problem solve in the playground and in the classroom and prepare them to work in a multitude of settings with lots of different adults and students. We also ensure that they are able to make the right choices for their health and their well-being, as well as their learning in school. Our aim is that by the end of Year 6, the students are fully prepared for secondary life.
As the head of Key Stage 3, it's my privilege to work with our Year 6 teachers and head of Key Stage 2 to ensure a really smooth transition for students up to Year 7. Once students are in secondary school, we have a dedicated team of tutors who care for the pastoral needs of each child, making sure that they're well supported in their academic studies, but also in any personal struggles that they might be having. Once they reach Year 9, we have a programme called Pathways to the Future, which we run with our students to make sure they're making wise and sensible choices when they choose their options for Year 10 and Year 11. As head of Key Stage 3, my door is always open and there's always a listening ear for any child or parent who has any concerns at all. We also have focused learning time in Key Stage 3 covering PSHE, where we look at student well-being, social and emotional issues, and really importantly, digital citizenship for each student.
My role overseeing the pastoral care in Key Stage 4 really begins with the Pathways to the Future event in Year 9. This is when we make sure that our students are choosing really sensible options for their IGCSE courses. We like to make sure the parents are included in this process. It's really important that they understand the IGCSE programme. Many of our families come from different countries or different education systems, so it's important that they're part of that process and feel involved. It's natural for the academic pressure to creep up a little bit in Key Stage 4, but as well as that, we need to remember that these are just teenagers, and it's absolutely normal for them to go through those typical ups and downs socially, emotionally. To have some level of stress or anxiety at some point is totally normal, and that's where the tutors really come into their own, because they see the students every morning, and they're likely to pick up on any of those minor issues as soon as they occur. So my role really is to work closely with the tutors, with Miss Steph, the school counsellor, and make sure that the students are really well supported, to make sure that they navigate Year 10 and 11 in a really positive and healthy way, and that they're fully prepared for their exams and their move onto IB.
So my role starts with Discovery Week, learning more about the students as they come into Key Stage 5, finding out more about what they want to do with their lives and making sure that they're aware of the challenges and the differences between IGCSE and the IB program. Just getting to know the students better so that we can help support them as well as we can. The challenges of the IB program and the challenges of Key Stage 5 generally, they're quite different to Key Stage 4 in some ways, and what part of my job is to help students prepare for that time in their lives. A lot of that is study skills, working independently, managing deadlines and that type of thing. We spend a lot of time working with students thinking about what they want to do after they finish at S107. For many of our students that's moving on to university, so we'll spend time helping them make those decisions about what career they might be looking for and what university is best for them, and helping them with the application process. For some students it's not university, and so for all of our students we work as hard as we can. We work very hard to support them through that process, working closely with their parents. Overall, my role is to make sure that the students' emotional and social needs are met, that they're well cared for, so that all students can reach their full potential.
In my role as school counsellor here at S107, I ensure that students are provided with a safe, non-judgmental space where they can feel listened to and heard. I believe that it is really important for all students to learn the tools to be more resilient and also positive coping mechanisms with difficult emotions. And I do this by providing workshops and assemblies for all students. During particularly difficult times, I provide students with unconditional care and support to get them through this.
My role as Deputy Head of School is to bring all of pastoral care together across all of the key phases at the school and to work with the key stage coordinators to provide the support network that students need to be successful at school.
At St Andrews 107,
We believe in the potential of every child.
That is why we have such a wide and diverse pastoral care team.
To ensure the physical, social and emotional welfare
Of our students is of the utmost importance.
Our mission is very clear.
to make sure our students
Are safe.
Happy,
feel supported.
In every step of their S107 journey.
Our door is always open.
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 Our door is always open.